Nice and clear. Hi, Reds! Hello, it is. Oh no, you're being stupid, bro. Unfortunate, it happens. Yeah, hi. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. I can even demonstrate live. Using the wonders of... Let me get it up. The wonders of... Where is it? You know what, it's probably faster if I just type it. The Chain Simulator. So, if not even, like, if you have general questions, then 100% shoot them my way. Even if you don't have general questions and it's specific to the guide, that's also very helpful anyway. Yes. Oh my gosh, you genius. Too fast. Don't think I have any right now, and we'll have to go very soon. Ah, that's all good. No worries. So, first up, I'll probably like run back through the planning doc, because I haven't looked at this in a couple months. So I should probably double check. This is stuff, the first and second parts we've already done, but I want to make sure we covered stuff properly. Phoenix is blocked and Rush for some reason. Really? Oh, that's so weird. Have to use a VPN to access it? That's crazy. Hi Bruno, it is time. Hello. So we've done all the mechanic stuff. That's happy, good times. Woo woo, happy times. So how long was this in comparison to the... Yeah, huh. Blocking method was this long, but and the first one has more notes, but because of the nature of building chains, I think it's interestingly, what's gonna happen is we're gonna have some of the later guides being really long as a result, or longer. You would think that, oh, this one's super long because it's got like 2 pages of notes, but it's just short doc points. So part two actually is going to, I said it yesterday, but I'll mention it here. So part one was about 7-8 minutes. Part 2 is looking to be 11-12 minutes. I'm gonna try and keep them up at like 15 minutes. Because at that point it's probably like, even just for the sake of clicks, not for my view count, but for people who are looking to get interested into this, like, people who are interested rather. You probably don't want like a 20-minute guide. 15 I think is probably a cap. I don't know how people feel about that exactly, but that's just an observation. 10 minutes would be nice, but I think in order to make it as comprehensive as I want to make it, I think 15 minutes is fine. Government doesn't want us to play Puyo. Actual question time. Recommending learning proper sandwich or stair transition first, as I'm struggling getting second floor. And is there GTR and stairs? Okay, GTR is not useful. Actually, you know what? Here's my order that I'm going to teach in. So you get good at blocking. You do stairs, and my experimental thing. This is my experimental thought. Because this hasn't been tested. Usually we say do stairs, do sandwich, then learn to transition. But I have a theory that maybe learning to transition to the second floor might be easier. People say transitioning is super duper hard and stuff. I think literally if I just teach it well, if it was taught well, then you'd be fine. It's easy. It is not much. It's just a couple extra steps. I know it right now it probably sounds ridiculous, and it is. I'm not saying it's like super easy, but I think compared to learning Sandwich, like Sandwich has so many variations, but again, people don't understand chaining well enough at that point to maximize the effectiveness of Sandwich. And even when you learn it, you won't learn to maximize your efficiency and stuff. But transitioning is going to be more useful. So definitely go ahead and learn to transition. That's my thought. I will even get there, and I'll talk through some of my tips for it, and maybe if you can use that knowledge to help you, perfect. Because then that means our method's working. um. So then we have Sandwich afterwards, and then I'm gonna show how you can combine the two and do like 12 chains, which is like after just 6 tutorials, right? And like 2 of them are just very basic concepts. Yeah, I think that's pretty exciting. But yeah, okay. Try and do the transition first. Try doing transition first, and then once you get the transition down, and you can do like 7, 8 chains, then you can get into Sandwich and learn it. And then when you already know how to transition, so then you can just instantly make like 10 chains, because most likely you'll be able to chain higher with Sandwich. But if you have the transition down fast, and then you learn Sandwich, then you're like, oh, I already know how to do the transition. Easy peasy, I win. 2-2 stairs and tail with leftovers under the GTR. No, not 2-2 stairs after Sandwich. Also not. I mean, sorry, after GTR. Also not Sandwich after GTR. Although that makes me so sad. Officially a Puyo test subject. Fair. Doing Puyo tournament with Puyo instead of chess. Ah, 100 Puyo is very limited. I can do like stair 5 chain consistently. Blocking 7, but I haven't actually played in a while. That's still pretty impressive. Fascinating that building a 10 plus chain sounds like a huge deal at first, but then it's like 5% of the actual game. Oh yeah, yeah, really, like, building a 10 chain is actually, I found this crazy, but I'm understanding it now. Building a 10 chain is the first step out of, not the first step, but the graduating step out of beginner in the Japanese guides, which is super fascinating. But I think it totally makes sense. You should be able to just make a 10 chain. Like, you can use your fixed forms. You can, like, be as rigid as you want with it. But, like, you should be able to, right? And those are the fundamentals. It's like doing your times tables. 10 chaining should be like doing your times tables. 10 is a bit, like, up there, because, again, Japanese players do have more resources at the time. So I'd say more like 8 chaining. 8 chaining is... Because the thing is, with the blocking method, you can get, like, a 6 chain already, right? Just by knowing how to block. And that's the thing. People don't ever, like, invest the time into it. They're like, okay, how do I do forms straight away? But I think the second guide is so important. If you understand the fundamentals and you like, I know I'm rambling a bit, so I apologize for the wait on like getting to the points that I was going to. Also because I know Greds, you said you can't be around for too long. Ah, that's alright. Well, if you're back a bit later, we can run through it. Absolutely can. That's what happens when I ramble too much. Yeah, alright. Catch you later then. Yeah, right? Hey, you're a baby now, you can walk. Honestly, I'm feeling that's closer to... Yeah, no. I guess I am doing it just like a Japanese guide. I just realized that literally beginner includes this 12 chain thing. But I think my point, like, I firmly believe my point still stands. If you can just 10 chain, you're good. Because I think it's very viable to make a 12 chain. It's just like, you can. Maybe I should set my volume to 46. I'm just checking making, because all this music that I have in this playlist is so like everywhere. The volume is everywhere. Anyway, yeah, no, I like a Japanese guide. I guess they expect 10 chain, which means expect consistent 10 chains, which means you can 12 chain, but you can consistently 10 chain only. Like, that'll kind of be what this is, right? You consistently 10 chain, but you can get up to 12, which is super exciting. Difficulty comes from building that, but under pressure efficiently in an optimal way so your trigger's always ready. I do think that, in solo play is what they mean as well, though. In Japanese guides, I wouldn't be surprised if just like me, like I'm not expecting people to do this in actual game, but um, I'd say in solo, like in training, you should be able to like 10 chain. And then in practice, maybe like 7, 8 chain, because you could still, as long you're doing your transition, right? That's a big thing. You maybe you messed up a bit of your first floor, um, but yeah, you do your transition and you don't like fill out the whole board. You can still do like a 7, 8 chain. That's pretty solid. That's why I can get to 14 solo, but best in a match is like a 12. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I can get 17 when I train, and I only get like 15 at max in game, 16 rarely. It's there's always going to be like a bit of a barrier and a um, bit of a difference between between you being your training and your like in practice in actual matches. So it's an interesting thing, I think. And I think it needs to be acknowledged. So I'll probably mention it. Ooh. I should mention it here. I should probably mention it in that guide. Um, so right, today we're working on this. This is all the stuff I did in the last tutorial. So in case you want a bit of a you want to know what's happening next tutorial, we're gonna be doing blocking method, or in the one that's going to come up. I haven't gotten anything back from Void yet, so I'm not sure if he's had a look or anything, but we'll have to see. So, it's basic blocking with 2 chain, and then a 3 chain, and then learning what to call the different parts in the 3 chain. Making a 4 chain, a 5 chain, doing so this doesn't actually exactly follow what I did. I ended up making this a bit different because this ended up being a little different. I wonder if I should. I mean, this was the planning document, right? So like it doesn't actually have to follow exactly what I initially intended. But I also want it to be like a good master document, so you can like go back and review what. Maybe I'll change it then. Maybe. I should make it a version 2 or something, though. Like, I think keep this version for the sake of seeing the progression and stuff. Yeah. What I do is I talk about thinking ahead and like building stuff ahead of time. So not having to complete a whole group of 3 and then blocking, right? Like doing a group of 2, blocking, and then finishing that group of 3 after. It's basic stuff like that, which I think, again, is overlooked, right? Because it's these fundamentals that are just like should be taught. But because it's not, and people just go into forms after, they're like, how do I set up my stairs? When really, like, you should be able to visualize it pretty well by then, I think. Who knows though. Ways to practice. We're gonna tackle this next tutorial after. So I am hoping to get 3, 4, and 5 done. Like ready for release by the end of the break. So we'll see how that goes. Then we have the transition, which is like not super long. Again, like that's what I mean. It's not super long. And then sandwich is like kind of long again. So 4 is gonna be a bit shorter compared to the other 2, I think. 5 and then 6 is just an application of it. Like it's actually not that hard. Once you just need to put all the pieces together. That's the hard part, right? It's putting it all together. But the individual concepts should be easy on their own. Tailing is like fairly short. It's more just more of a conceptual understanding of it, and then we can finally use GTR by the 8th one. So I'm sure for those of you who have been here already during the planning stages of this document, maybe it's good for you guys to get a refresher too, because that's really what I'm just running through this, but you probably would have seen a lot of this before, so we'll get on with it soon. Teach about the foundations so that people don't become GTR zombies. start talking about some like cool moves, cool tricks. Because by now people would be like playing at full speed, I expect. Uh, and then how to do stuff around garbage, which is useful. And then we finally talk about mid game, and there's a few on mid game: 12, 13, and 15. So I think 3 tutorials in mid game is pretty impressive because we don't have many many guides on observing in the English community. So I think this will be I'm really excited to get to this point as well, so that I can try, because I don't know how well it's gonna go either. Like I don't know how well I can describe, but you know, it'll be an attempt. But I think I do have some really good knowledge to share for these sorts of things. And then some bonus stuff. I don't know when I'll sprinkle these in, but maybe I was thinking in between. So after I'm done with the beginner section, I'll do the fever mode one. Yeah, I think it's good to introduce fever after like the basis of chaining. I'll be, because the idea will be that the bonus videos will come after like as an application of what you've learned already. A fever doesn't really fit in there, but it's sort of like if you know how to chain, then you can do fever, right? You can play fever. If you know how to deal with your garbage, then you know how to play Puyo vs Tetris. By then, it's probably not going to be so relevant, but I think it'll be fun anyway. we'll have to see. But that would that one. That fever will fit here, and then Puyo vs Tetris will fit here. And if there's other ones that come up, then sure. But like, I haven't really thought of anything else yet. Oh, like original Puyo Puyo. I could do that in between as well. We'll have to see. Yeah, Fever's a lot of fun. Huge GTR, right? And then we've also got a glossary. I forgot about this actually. We have a glossary with like a bunch of stuff because Hemboda actually put this together, which is super duper useful. Like huge thanks to him, we will continue building on this as well. So lots of stuff. Hardest part is always starting though, so I don't know. Really different from Sue? Oh, Bruno, have you not seen original Puyo? Like, Sue is, you know how Sue works, right? This is original Puyo Puyo. This is original Puyo Puyo. This is what Sue is. Actually, that was inefficient. This is more like what it should be. Actually, no, that's inefficient. Oh, right, if you have 4 colors, then you're already fine. You don't even need the extras, I don't think. Oh, wait. How do I make that? Oh, that's fine. Oh, whoops. That's why I put that extra there. Whee! Hello, Blob Yoshi. No, it's not. No soul sign, no quick turn. So no soul sign is the biggest one. It's a lot easier to pick up OPP from Sue easier than Fever. Oh, it is. It is easier to pick up than Fever, but like it's not as relevant, I think. Which is why it'll be sort of. I think I'll brand it as it's not just for OPP. This same like style of chaining is used in speedruns too. So I can like have the video be named after Puyo speedruns and original Puyo Puyo, because they fit like together perfectly, because they use the same concepts. It's just quick 2-chain or quick 3-chain or like just a burst of damage as fast as you can. It's a speedrun, because original Puyo really is just like a speedrun over and over again. It's kind of funny. Talking about power chains in general, I feel like that would be a good fit as well. I don't remember where hold on. Do I talk about... I think I thought about it. I don't actually. But I think when I talk about... Ooh. Yeah, yeah. So I don't think I talk about it early because I don't think it. I think it's sort of self-explanatory early on. I only introduce rush chains and stuff at expert, which I don't know if it's. I don't know if that's right or not. Well, let's talk about it here. Because yeah, rush is an expert, but the ideas within it sort of are like being able to respond to a rush. I think is expert because you have to. Hmm. Late beginner? Yeah, Interesting. I, I guess it, because it feels very cheap at that level. That's the thing. I feel like a lot of the time what I was aiming for was very logical deductions, like how do you move on from this? You could totally just jump and just say, make a big two chain. Interesting. Or maybe the bonus video can cover that well. Um, Also, hi, Hembetter. Let's see. I guess general power chaining, yeah. Rushes and stuff I talk about, like, here. As a win condition. Um, and then how to attack, because you mainly, like, as a higher level player, you utilize power chains, like, generally, I'd say, like, the time it comes up most prevalently is when you're attacking the opponent, right? It's how to maximize your two-chain damage. But it's true that adding links... Ooh, I suppose a tip that adding a link later in your chain is stronger than adding one earlier, right? Like, that's kind of obvious to us. Um, I think most of us know this, but, like, doing this is not as strong as... So that's 16 garbage. It's not as strong as this. Right, 18 garbage. I probably should mention this somewhere. Like, I don't know where exactly it would fit. It's kind of awkward. Maybe in stairs. I can talk about how you can, if you want to put your waist anywhere, like put it at the end and it'll help. But the thing is, I just don't want to confuse people with too much stuff. Because I've, the way I've been tackling random like garbage and stuff like garbage, I'm like, just throw it to the side and get rid of it. Don't even think about trying to incorporate it in your chain, whereas now I'm saying, you can throw it to the side or you can incorporate it, which like, I don't know if that's too much. Do you think it's too much? Well, what do you guys think? Like, if you connect big stuff, that's fine too. Mention it early on as a side note. Yeah, maybe I should just note it. Because I feel like you could totally just do that with stairs, right? Stairs is very easy to see how it power. I don't know why I keep closing this. This is very useful. Chain sim is, like, just good. But like, you really can just, like, chonk up the back. Like, you can do this, and it'll make your stairs super strong. Right? Like, but like, it's also interesting to note that if you chonk up this, like, oh, let's say you have two green groups. I could say something like this, yeah, right? Like, instead of putting the green, your waste greens here, prioritize putting them on the back of your chain. Maybe I'll add that as like an extra thing. Like, if you get good at stairs and you find yourself like, yeah, no, that's good, actually. It, like, at the end of blocking method, I talk about thinking ahead and how to utilize stuff more efficiently. So if I want to build, if I want to keep building that idea of doing stuff efficiently, then I should emphasize that this, putting greens here, is more effective than putting greens here, right? And I could say that just like at the end of the video. I'm like, okay, if you're happy with your ability to build 5 chain stairs, try to be more efficient with it. And one way you can be more efficient is to put some of your waste on the back of your chain. like actually use it as part of your chain. I think that could work really well, I think. It's sort of like, you're good at stairs, how can you be like slightly better with it? And just by introducing that concept early on, right? The thing is, I think it's a matter of you give them something to work with, they get good at it, and then you add it on top after they're ready for it, right? You want them to be ready. So if they know how to do stairs well, all they have to do is learn how to add stuff on top of stairs, right? Which is literally just adding stuff on the stairs. But you want them to be good at it first, because otherwise they'll think about it while they're learning stairs in the first place. But if they learn it after, then it's like they're using something they already know to like make a foundation. It's sort of like when people use GTR for everything, and they're like, the reason is because GTR is easy, so you don't need to dedicate brain power to like learning how to tail, for example. Oh, sorry, you don't need to dedicate brain power to your foundation, because it is just like GTR is standard, and you can actually focus on building the tail. It's sort of like having a preset, right? You already know how to do this thing, so you can focus on something else. Like how we say don't play mid game until you can autopilot chaining. Does that make sense? I don't know. I rambled a whole bunch there to try and explain my point, but I don't know if it actually made sense. Ow. Bit my tongue. You can fit that in calculating, like when I explained the algorithm for score. Yeah, the thing is, I only introduced that in like fairly late. Again, like expert. But we can always, in the expert part, we can always say, like, oh, you remember how before we've talked about, like, the fact that chains can be stronger if you put stuff in the back and stuff like that. I think it's good because it helps the player make reference to the fundamentals again. Maybe. After fixed forms? Okay. Home individual links and all power chaining forms. Some of my friends that don't play Puyo sometimes see stuff like a 9 chain winning against a 10 and they go like, wait, what? Ah, yeah, yep. Link power is super important to just early. That's a good point. Good point. Those are the basic parts that come with understanding the score distribution. The general stuff like same color pops are better than different, and later they're better. And they combine later and bigger better. Yes, that's right. Exactly, yeah. Like, the whole group bonus, color bonus thing. But again, like, I feel like that only, like, the specifics and the technical part of it don't need to come until later. As long as you don't do it too late, people still will watch, maybe still will watch the video even if they're not yet expert. Oh, true. Yeah, maybe. That's true. People do like watching ahead. Like it's fun to be able to see, like, oh, this will be what I am able to do later on. Yeah. And if you ever get stuck, sometimes it's a good idea to just look ahead and see. Yeah. So that's the thing, right? You're never gonna cover everything because it'll just overwhelm the player. But if you get to a stage where, like you feel like there's not enough information, you can always go to the next tutorial and maybe it'll introduce something that you can use earlier on, but we just didn't mention it explicitly because it's just a lot. Yeah, okay, no, sounds good. I think we may... Ooh, how much space do I have in stairs? Oh, I kind of talk about it here. Ah, this is how you throw away your pieces, but I should also mention you can power your chain with it. So this one in particular is about I keep closing chain sim, I swear. I talk about this concept where the green can be here, or here, right? Like you can put the green in like any of these spaces, but also you can add like more greens as well. That would be like this is an extreme example, but you could do this, and like that's still just as strong. Like, it all connects, which is cool. Stuff like that. So I suppose in this section, when I talk about flexibility and leeway, yeah, note the ability, note how to power, note on power chaining. I think that's enough. Bulking up. Data links. Let's switch that. Okay. Okay. That's all well and dandy now. Alright, I think we've had our discussion section of the stream, right? That's been about half an hour already. Haven't even started the script. That's okay, we'll get there. Yeah, this is the thing, like, I've planned everything to be like a day. To only take a day each. I don't think I've showed you the schedule in Bodo, but it's a bit crazy. Discussion never ends? Yeah, true. But like I have a schedule laid out where I'm trying to do like a video a week. During my break. And yeah, no, this is, I won't put it up on stream because it has a couple of my own like things on there, but I can show you. It's let me find it. Oh, actually, I posted it to myself, sent it to myself. Ugh. Give me a moment. Hamburger. Oh no, your name here is not Hamburger. So, oh, I guess I do have it on the original doc, but this is easier to see. The blue is the tutorial work. Yeah, so I'm trying to like do one thing a day, but I also have 2 buffer days this week, and the next week I'll have 4 buffer days, which is like ideally I finish it as early as possible so that I can give it to Void for the video editing. But if it like ends up that I don't finish the script in one day and it takes like 2 days, then that's okay too. Or recordings take 2 days, as long as I don't like overdo it. But like some things might like can take 2 days if they have to, which I think is useful. And like script and script editing would take 1 day if like I don't know, if you're really free or something, Hamburger, but like I don't want to put the pressure on you. That's the thing, right? Anything that anyone else has to do, I don't want to put pressure on them. So I'm trying to get stuff done, my stuff done as early as possible to give you guys time, because otherwise it's just not fair, right? So that's my plan. That's my plan for during the break. Tutorial 2 is not uploaded, but as you can see in the first step there, voice recordings, editing instructions, I did all that yesterday. It took a few hours, but like it's sorted. I wanted to get that done. Because we had already done the script and the script editing for it. I just needed to do the recordings and the instructions. So I've given that to Void. He hasn't given me a response yet, so I'm not sure if he's had a look at this stuff. Or he could just be already editing, and I don't know. Honestly, who knows? But I've sent it to him, and ideally we get it uploaded at the end of the week. I'm hoping to get it uploaded at the end of the week, so we'll see. I'm as free as the wind since colliding with man-made structures, but I always find a way through. Yeah, exactly. See? You are legendary. Okay, just add offset. Of course! Oh, hold on. There's some stuff up here too. I missed it. I think I saw the old schedule. Told you with you about it. Yeah, that's live. That's true. Hi, Grass. And luck? No worries. Still keep up with let Tender do overtime hours. Yeah. Forgot about the throw script. It was good. Like it was a good way to like start off the holidays. I'm like, oh, I already have part done. It'll help me get into the rhythm of things. We're watching read stuff probably. You've done so much work in Bodo. It's so good. Do you remember that you did this glossary? You're crazy. This is so good. You did great. You did so much work for me. Honestly, I can't thank you enough. Exactly, I forgot to. um. Okay. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, if you're curious, I may as well show it off as well. Um, let me this over. There we go. It's okay. Most of it was just the music that we've been playing anyway. That's what most of those files were in the recent. Um, Tutorials part 2. This is what I was doing yesterday. I was putting this together. So we had the script already, and I had done, I had to do the recording stuff, and then I had to do the voice recordings too, and then I had to put together like screenshots and stuff to like make the video editing clear. But like, and I've got like all the stuff. So this is what I give Void, for him to do the video editing. I just sample stuff and give him some content. um, yeah, fun stuff. Ends up being 10 pages. But that's why it takes so long. But I'm glad I got it done yesterday. Sent you something now that you mentioned it, but what was it about again? No clue. I don't know. Cambodia. That's very vague. So who knows, honestly. Um. Okay. So let's hop into running the script, I guess. Oops. Hey everyone. That's my usual greeting. It's now. Hey everyone. Welcome. To make a TXT channel and the server together with story related things there. As in the... So I can bring up. So... What, like the script and the stuff? The thing is, I don't know how much use it would get. Like, I could compile stuff in a channel, I guess? Oh, true. Hmm. So not as a discussion board, but literally just as like a bulletin board, maybe. Maybe, okay, actually. That might be an idea. Yeah, keeping the most, like, the latest updated stuff in one place. Right. Okay. Although not everyone who's working on this is in, like, the server. I don't think, so I don't know. It's hard to say. Yeah, shared folder. I probably should put something together for that. Alright, alright. I'll keep that in mind. Welcome to part 3. How do I usually start this? I like consistency. I think it's good to be consistent. Because then they're like, ah, it's just another one of these. Part 3 of this Puyo tutorial series. Sure, let's start exactly the same way. Okay. Made it easier if you don't have to handle that by hand yourself. Yeah, that does make sense. Because otherwise, stuff is just everywhere. Today... Oh, today is weird. Like, too temporal, isn't it? In this video. In my essay, teachers will hate me. Oh, wait, no, I'm becoming a teacher, it's okay. In this video, we'll be discussing a way to build chains in a cleaner and more consistent manner using patterns. Which we will call fixed points. Okay. Don't be like the guy I was watching earlier that started his video like, ignore everything else you put on the topic in the single. I'm the single person on earth that knows the most about it. No, yeah, that's really. Did someone actually? Oh no. Oh no. I do kind of find funny when they're like, oh, don't ignore everything else. Try this trick and you might succeed. But like, not in a pretentious way, you know? Yeah. That sounds bad though. If it's saying that you're the best person to refer to, that's it. But it it can be useful to say like, clear your mind. This is like different. I think that's okay to say because it's sort of like, don't come in with preconceived like ideas. Just take this as it is and see how you go with it. Because I mean that's kind of what I'm doing with my terminology and everything. It's a bit like standalone, but it's useful to be standalone as well because if you rely on outside information, that's one of the things, like one of the reasons why I want to make this so in depth is so that you don't have to rely on other resources. Like I don't have to say, oh, this is what this is, and like if you're not in the community and you haven't heard that term before, you'll be confused. So I'm trying to find everything as well as possible within the tutorials. So we'll see how it goes. Okay. Alright, let's I'm gonna use their intelligent thinkings, but it's my opinion, all a thought addition. Maybe some things are better than others, or less interesting to what you already know. That's true, exactly. It like it's too you'll never capture the perfect target audience for your guides, right? You can try and generalize it, but there's always gonna be people who like, you know, it won't work for, or something like that. But you do your best. Anyway, I should probably keep writing, even if it's messy, because again, this is just draft. Like that's the important thing. That's why I'm only setting a day to do it, because it shouldn't take too long. Because it should just be bleh, bleh nonsense. Like just try and make it make sense. That's the idea behind today. It's just tell information. Basically, convert these dot points into sentences. It doesn't have to flow properly or anything, technically. That's what the video editing, I mean, that's what the script editing is, which is tomorrow. But I don't want to, like, leave the rest of the script, right? I think it's better to just have everything ready and then edit it. Why still read funny Puyo Camp articles that talk about vector addition in Puyo shapes? No way, Hamburger. You're gonna have to send me these resources too. I think. Oh no! A while ago you did send me something. This time I'm not closing it. Don't worry. I'm just putting it on the other. You sent me. What was this? I don't even remember what this is. Error. No. What happened to the page? What? The page is gone. It was something about 15 chain theory. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how to read this. It's too hard to read. Aw, shame. Guess I can't read that anymore. Man. Oh well. Maybe that's what you were talking about. I sent you that one. I think you got some updates too. Is that what it was? Is that why it doesn't work anymore? Wait, really? Can you resend that one, Humberto? Do you know where it is? Because one I just checked, it was dead. There was an error. It wouldn't let me in. Tragic, I know. Don't know where it is. Ah, shame. That's a funny one though. Well, I mean, if you know what to look for. You're not up to too much right now. One will be about today. But I keep wanting to say today. The one we'll be tackling this time is stairs. Before we get into this. Let's rise the concept. of blocking. Last time we noted that you can block vertically and horizontally. However, what remained constant was the fact that made sure to make a group of 3 and then to only have 1. We can it's easier. With a way to this with horizontal block. Oops. Whoops. So the idea here is so in blocking method, it's make a group of 3, block it, and then you only have 1 key Puyo, right? That makes sense because it's just make a group of 3, block it, key Puyo. That's it. That's the whole thing. But with stairs, if we're going to introduce 2-2 stairs, we need to introduce the fact that you can have them separated in different ways. You don't have to have 3 then 1. So that might not be obvious to a new player. I think this could be very useful to just say right off the bat, because it'll clear up any confusion when we get to like 2-2 stairs, right? So we will and I'm going to say we're going to focus on horizontal blocking because it's easy to see, I think. If you do this, like, there's so many ways you can do it, right? You can do this, you can do this, you can do this. Okay, there's not that many, but there's like a few ways you can do a group of 3, right? You can do this, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, there's a lot of ways you can do it. Stuff on top. Oh, hold on. Well, let's make it like this, like this. I don't know. I think introducing it this way is useful because that's what stairs utilizes. Introduce 2-2 stairs and then in the end ask, how can you think about an additional stair manner? Show 1 through stairs. I don't know, Hamburger, that's a bit evil, isn't it? First, let's consider the most familiar example. And this example is going to be this. But we're gonna emphasize the fact that this is like blocking. Say we have a group of 3. This one will just be images, I think. This first part will be images, so it's okay if I just make it specific. Say we have this group of 3 greens, and we want to block it from the side. I think I'll include these images right at the back because it'll just be easy to see. No, 1-3 stairs. We're gonna have to talk about it one way or another. We can't escape from it. Sorry, guys. Oops. We can do it like this. No, you're right, Hamburger. I actually do talk about that. At the end, I talk about... Make note of... No, hold on. mixing and matching different types of stairs, because that's the first like step into greater efficiency, I think. Yes. There's floating. But that's the concept. But that's just that it's the idea behind this concept. It's blocking, like was shown in the previous video. You can then fill out the space beneath it with by completing trigger thread. And then, of course, I think this one's obvious enough in text, so I won't add an image. I don't want to put too many images in like the basic script, because that's what the storyboarding's for. But this will be useful for anyone who reads through the script. Clearing the trigger, by adding red underneath. May the 1-3 be shown and people see the personal instead. Oh no, Hamburger. What are you planning to do with this knowledge? You trying to seed out the people who do 1-3 stairs? Is that what it is? By completely trigger binding reds underneath. I know that's clunky wording, but again, we're just gonna write this. An interesting take, Kamboto. Let's see, where are we? Do weird wording so I can believe it later? Yes, exactly, Hamburger. It's for your sake. You can have more comments then. It'll make tomorrow more exciting. We'll see. Anyway. Here's the trick though. What if we want to how do I introduce this? What if we want to shift things around a bit? That's not very clear. So what if we don't want to ourselves by having to fully create a group of three every time we want. Have to create a full group of three. Consider this instead. Every time we want to add a link. No, sorry, but this is exactly how I want to say it. Consider this image, and here we're gonna have it like this. What the? Oh, I didn't snip it. Oops. Genius, Yoshi. Here we've only set up a group of 2 on the. And then we've. Let's do this. Let's do it this way. Hey, Konya. Welcome. Here we've only set up a group of 2 on the right, and then we've blocked with the red again. However, since the second link, since the green link, since there's only 3 greens, this won't clear. No, wait, how would it make sense? This won't clear. We can do here though. We can do here. Non-linear narration. What is a non-linear narration? Images we go edgy? What does that even mean? What? Oh, I see. Oh my goodness. So make the whole series non-linear. Oh my goodness. I don't know, Hamburger, maybe you should incorporate that in your own series. I think you're the genius behind this, I don't want to take your credit, you know? All that's left. Complete the reds. As you can see, GIF will be inserted. Hi Rising, welcome in. Welcome on in, sorry. As you can see, it works exactly the same. See, I don't know if I'm conveying this even very well even. But I think the concept is important to introduce. The fact that you can split it as a two. You can do it like this. You can do it like this, and then after this, we'll make it clearer by saying you can do it like this too if you're a monster. Anyway, oh whoops. No, retired at the age of 5,233. It is time for others to take over. At least I tried. Yeah, at least you tried. Had a Puyo tournament where everyone uses 1-3 stairs? Yeah, I'll ask Hiku about that. I think... Did we do a stairs tournament? We did, yeah, we did the, what was it called? Stair Wars. We could totally do it with 1-3 stairs. 3 color for extra cuts? Oh, that's evil. That's so evil. That would be hilarious to watch. Did you? I forgot the results of the tournament, that's crazy. It works exactly the same as if we had initially made the greens a group of 3. The same would if your initial group is a group of 1, 2, even though technically that doesn't make sense. But anyway, look at this one. And then of course, this one is even harder to understand because we're it's funny, but it'll make sense when we talk about it. Lost against Hiku. Hiku's pretty crazy. Important thing is to keep how many views. In this case, we have 2 greens, so we need 2 more. We can add those on top of the red, like this, and then if we complete the trigger, you can see that it works the same as well. That's the previous. Hooray! Do you play Super Mario Maker 2? I've played a bit. I do enjoy it, but like level recommendation is always good. Maybe we'll stream it again sometime. Like I really do like enjoy playing Mario games. I love platformers. I just don't get around to it much. Hooray! I'm proud of you guys. Well done. Siva's a legend. I think we've talked about him before. I don't remember what stream it was that we would have talked about him in, but we have talked about him definitely. He's so good. Okay, so that's the introductory bit. Like, it's not. I hope that's not too long, because that's see this is what I mean though. Like this is this is the whole thing. This is just this part. But the others will just be examples anyway. I think the conceptual part is of it is important. I want to be able to like go from blocking to this. Don't just say, oh, this look, you can do a form. But the idea of the like you block it. This is blocking. Still, you're still blocking it. You're still doing the blocking method. Just you have to do the reds first because of the way gravity works. It's blocking, and then we do this and this. Which one of there is something possible in Mario Maker videos? Those are very good. But like, I'd recommend all of his videos. Even the ones that like, even if it's like something you're not familiar with, I think he just makes for such an interesting discussion. And he usually ties it to like he uses like a specific thing, like some video game, to explain a very general concept. And I find that really intriguing. The way that he can just link like these like he just throws in random psychology every now and then. It's like, wow. He does it so cleverly because you would never like think of him as an education channel. I don't think, because like it sort of isn't mainly educational, right? It's the title of the video does achieve what it has been setting out to do. But like the way he gets there is super cool, always. Anyway, that's probably all over the place. Making a boss level, it's a fun level too. Ooh, let me know when it's done then, if you would like. I'm definitely happy to play through. Everything can be educational if you want it. That's true. Everything's a learning experience, in a sense. Okay. Alright. Anyway, the point of this was to show off some shapes that have a similar style to each other. They're easy to visualize as a result. And they can also be replicated easily. What we would achieve if we heated the stuff above a few times. It becomes a pattern. And then this is where I'll show off both Tutu and sure, let's do it in the same order. same order. Whee. There we go, beautiful. Oops. There we go. Nice. Oh yeah, I think even that sounded off to me, Humberto. I wasn't sure how to end that section. Yeah, it just, I feel like, I don't know, if For anyone who just wants to learn the form, you're kind of going on a tangent, it sounds like. Probably this. I do want to say that they have a similar style to each other. The fact that it's a pattern is. I will delete it later. Okay, I'll let you delete it. It kind of hurts me to say too, but if you find like a good way to word it, well, you know, if you ever find a good way to do the thing, then happy. Good job. We'll work with what we've got. You know what I mean. It's a bit shoddily written, but I suppose I shouldn't. Again, we shouldn't spend too long on things, otherwise I will not get to stop tonight. I read an essay on it. I would be glad to read through your essay on it and take your advice. um. Let's see. No, hold on. Where's this one? The end result. Comes a pattern. End of this video is to be able to this aunts the 5 chains. Mentioned in previous videos, goal setting for the videos. I don't think we actually have. Well, the first one is just learning everything about like all the core mechanics, so I think it's okay that we don't like explicitly say. I guess we could have said by the end of this video you will know how to. You can pick up a controller and play Puyo. The second one is just learning how to chain. I kind of do say that though. I say like, you know, we want to be able to chain. Or during the later part of the video, I've said like you should be able to build consistent 4 chains because you should give them goals, right? Or maybe I should say that at the end of the video, right? Recap in the end what you learned. Okay, yep. Okay, yes, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. You are right. I think so too. Now for the process. The first thing to do is to set up. I should split them in sections. I in the video itself I don't necessarily do sections, but it's much easier to record the videos for these and do the voiceover recordings if I split them up for myself, and probably easier for you too, right, Hemboda, to read through. I don't know, maybe it's not. But for like editors' sake as well, it's easy. It's nice if everything's like sectioned. So what is my Oh, I talk about the blocking method in the process part of it. Maybe I don't need this. Oh, I guess I do only say it's blocking like we'll show. We'll talk more about it after. I think it's okay. I don't know. We'll see. Process. You know, we could just say fast. Set up a vertical group of 3. Then we need to set up another group of 3. Next group. Fine, I'll put the comma. Let's do it. The blocking color. This blocks the initial group. Plus we need our key Puyo. If we are the same. No, I don't want to say it confusingly. I guess I could stick with the red and green thing. I'll keep this red and green thing. I like it. Like these reds. Greens. Keep here. An additional. On top blocker. This is the Puyo, which will fall and connect initial group. Greens. After we set up the trigger, we get a 2-chain. Back to the blocking method. You can imagine this as in reverse. If we think about the blocking Puyo, keep Puyo, how it looks. And now having labeled the blocking Puyo and the keep Puyo, that's how it looks. over. Which we need to construct. Since we can't place a piece like this, we need to build out what's underneath first. That's why we create a vertical group of That's why we created a vertical group of reds in the first place. I hope that makes sense. Right? You're saying, okay, you want to make a group of 3, you make a group of 3 next to it, you put your key Puyo. But like, that's not intuitive, I don't think, to a new player. So if you go back and say, it's like you blocked it, and then you fill out the rest. But since you can't do it in that order, you do this and then this. Right? Like, you... it's kind of going back and forth. But I wanted to... Because the problem with introducing it as just, like, oh, it's just this. And then how do you make this? Because that's what most... I think in most guides, they just say, this is what stairs looks like, this is how you make it. There's no intuition built, right? Like, you don't talk about... you don't talk about the fact that, you know, you're doing blocking here, and that's why this Puyo is here. You just say, oh, like, you clear the red, then the blue comes down. Cool, that's just a fact of life. You get taught it as a fact of life instead of, it's like you're blocking and then you finish the link and then it's like, it all makes more sense, right? I want to emphasize that in the tutorial thing. Maybe use several blocking, maybe do it the 1-3 wherever. Oh boy. A seaweed tray? Okay, that's good. Huh? An OLED switch model? What? 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 How new is this? I'm very curious. Last hour. Nintendo everything. Huh. Brand new Switch OLED model. It will launch on October 8. It is set at $350 USD, I assume. Features a 7-inch OLED screen, a wide adjustable stand, and more. I did hear about the stand. A better stand is very important. A wide adjustable stand and a dock with a wired LAN port. Ha! 4 gigs of internal storage and enhanced audio. Huh. Better stand, which allows you to adjust your angle instead of just ridiculous and not good stand. Built-in wired LAN support. That's crazy good. 64 gigs, which is better than the 32 they gave us initially. And then enhanced audio. That's really impressive. Good job, Nintendo. Stepping up your game. That's incredible. Good stuff. Oh, Yoshi! Whoa, hello! Hello! Hey! Hope you're doing well. It's awesome to see you around. Block but higher since one high will still trigger. Exactly, exactly. That's just the idea. Like that's the intuition. Boom, easy. Now you know how to do why stairs works. Just casually, it's crazy. Switch OLED models, the upgrade Switch system. Yeah, exactly. Does sound like it. Very impressive. If it ends up having the same battery life, like that's just as impressive, I'd say. Like people were talking about, oh, you know, Switch with like better battery or something, and like more functionality. It's like if they're making it the same battery life, but with enhanced graphics, it's basically the same thing as if you had like a, right? Like if you had an old model with a longer battery life, it kind of like, I don't know. I feel like it balances it out, which is you know, it is a direct upgrade though. Very impressive. Just drink some more water. Next to the greens. I guess I can say, wow, it looks like stairs now. Had... Can you see why it's stairs now? No? Can you see why it's called stairs now? I think if I just make it offhanded comment like that, it would be fun. Just... Can you see the stairs now? Can you see the stairs now? I don't know. Something like that. Because honestly, maybe it's not obvious anyway. Maybe it's not obvious, maybe it is. This is just a fun comment. Can you feel the pain? Yeah, having sex. The process is the same. Aim for. Do we call it? We call this type of the pattern 3-1 stairs. Since there are 3 reds before the 1 green. Is the same for is similar for Puyo stairs, where you have 2 reds and then there are 3 reds and then 1 green on top. First we need a group of... First we need a tower, I could just say tower, with 2 greens. Then a tower. Then tower of 2 reds. And then we add 2 reds on top. Ah, 2 greens on top. We add the Puyos. Greens on top. If we trigger the reds, it works. Oh, so I did actually think about this at the time, then setting up a link with 2 of a color, then having 2 fall next to it as the key Puyos. Yeah, but I introduced this at the start. I think it's okay to introduce at the start. Because then we could just skim over it when we're talking about the process, because we want to talk more about like how to build it in this section. Do the more like theory stuff earlier. This then follows for 1-3 stairs. But it's kind of ugly. set up the single screen with a single. Whoops. Hi Andy, you could say kind of impractical, but kind of ugly is funny. The point is to say that it looks kind of awkward now, and then later we'll talk about why it's impractical. But it's kind of funny. But it's kind of funny. But it's a meme. But it's kind of no, ugly's mean. But it's a bit awkward to work with. Finger right next to it. But then you need to set up. Welcome back, Bruno. I hope the food was good. Head back from lunch. How was dinner? Oh my goodness. Set up 3 key Puyos. Which can be difficult. Once again, they go on top of the red. And if you trigger red, it works. It's not recommended though. I think just the fact that you need to build it weirdly. You want to keep Puyo in ducks again? I've been doing the whole time. I think just saying that setting up 3 key Puyo is being difficult is a fine thing to say. Later on, we'll talk about color conflicts. Oh, in the next tutorial, actually, when I talk about transitions, I'll talk about color conflicts, and then I'll bring this up as, like, if you tried to transition with 1-3 stairs, you'll cry. So, I think that's a fair point to make. So yeah, we can talk about color conflict after, but for now we can just say it's just hard to make. Which is like already like just no anyway. You don't want to make things hard to make, right? I don't know if that sentence even made sense. Okay, we have done about half of this now. Okay, cool, good stuff. 1-3 is uncommonly U-shaped due to several reasons, which you can try to come up with yourself, which will be explored in more detail in the next video. So marketing. Oh, maybe. But okay, right, so I can just say, like, it's recommended though. We'll discuss another reason in the next video. Better than ugly? Yeah. True. True. I'm sorry, okay? I apologized. Anyway. We'll focus extending further. We'll focus on 3-1 stairs for now. But know that Oh, hold on, that was not very smooth. Um. Uh. Next, we'll move into discussing how to extend this form past 2 chains. So on the module 1 says, we know that the process is for that the thinking is the same as for the other types of stairs. For a small donut fee, you can ask him, not, you can ask Tanner for that, right? He should be the one behind all of that work, so you should be okay, I think. Alright. Uh, Alright, let's see here. Only 10 off. How do you summon with a penguin dancing circle? He was summoned by Milo. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if penguin dancing circle did the same thing. Just give me a moment to like at Tanner and tell him to come into the stream just to fulfill his destiny. Okay. Yes, always good. um, thinking. Okay, right. Just like with the blocking method, we will focus on adding one link at a time. Um, this is where I think we should go into actual examples. This is where I'll do like in-game examples. Um, First, we create the initial group of 3. I was for in-game example from the start on. I was thinking about that. Yeah, the thing is, I think that's one standout from my original series is the fact that it's in-game examples so much. But I feel like you can't explain this, right? You can't really explain this in-game. I feel iffy about this stuff, but for the actual building it, I think doing that in-game is very important. Like, right? Send it the in-game example script. Oh. in-game example script. Do it then pause. Wait, how's it? Oh. Ah. I thought you meant doing that throughout the entire series. You mean having it set up and then showing how to set it up, is it? Ah. I think okay, so here's a tricky thing. I've always thought like yeah, like the Puyo game guides. Does it make much of a difference? I don't know if it does. Oh, I guess pausing and then like rewinding back on the footage and going like, ah, this is how I put it together. Oh, sort of like, how did we get here? Oh, that's interesting thought. Oh, so I guess with this part we can, maybe. Oh, not this part. The part, not here since I'm. No, that's. What part can I add? Talk about it again. Yes, that's true. I'm gonna have to see how I can do it. I think it's hard for me to. I understand your idea. Trying to figure out how I can achieve it. We'll see if we can try and put that together. I suppose tomorrow when we edit stuff. Or maybe I'll do some of the recording on stream or something. That's always an option. Initial group for 3. For the last part, 3-1, now let's do it. Let's do another one. That won't make 3-1 possible, so you can take an excuse to introduce 2-2. Right, that's what you were trying to get at. Huh. Okay, I think I'll consult you again when I've done some of the video recordings then. I'll do the stuff recordings and then we can revise the script with like the recordings as well, because it'll help to know what colors, right? That one other thing about using the chain sim is I don't have to go back and edit the script after the recordings, because that's a bit tedious. Which kind of just makes it easier on my part. I don't want to be lazy, but it does ease that process at least. But we can do that. If it ends up looking like it'll fit together nicely, I can let you know once I've done the recordings, and then we can have a look and see how we can slot in the images and stuff, and make it work. It's a good thought, though. I like the idea of having something set there and then going back and being like, oh, this is how you do the thing. You may just have a point. You may just have a point. Okay. I will gladly listen to all the jokes, Alberto. You are. You're a genius after all. First off, we create the initial group of 3. Then we are vertical 3. Then we make another group of 3. Let's start. So let's start with a switch. The adjacent vertical. And then we add our key Puyo. Instead of the trigger? We have the trigger. Results to chain. So this is just the basic layout of like what it's gonna be. Once I record it, I will have to edit the script a little bit to be like, oh, we'll throw out these pieces to the side in the meantime. Now for a 3 chain. First group of 3. And the one next to it. Then we add the key Puyo. And the key Puyo for now, we want to block again. So we build another next to our original trigger. Let's try to go trigger. Add the Puyo. And then put off the chain. It's a 3. I'm wondering how many examples I should go through, but I think I should maximize it, right? Like, should I go 2, 3, 4, 5? Or could I go 2, 3, 5? It's there's not gonna be a huge amount of examples here. I think it'll be useful to go through every step because it's useful to see that. I think to see that steady progression. I think I don't need to write this part just yet because this again will come when I'm actually doing. When I record things, and then I can write the script based on that. I'll square bracket this because it's like a note. Okay. Once you've gotten the hang of this, hmm. Hang of this, it'll um may be difficult to consistently achieve player change at this point. That's okay. It can be applied. Hang of this. There are a few things if we apply it. It would help you get that. Bring 3 chains. You can start doing things out of order. Yeah. I was thinking at least as in like... As in, I don't want them to do it when they're 2 chaining. 3 chains, or higher. I could say go on the hang of 3 building 3 chains or higher, right? Or maybe I should just say 3 chains, whatever. Thinking about it. Doing things out of order. Need to make use of our good friend. Next. It was bad if you can't. Oh, fair enough. Next window. Since we know that how and result the form will look. In setup. It is very good. Very friendly. Self-how groups of 3. We have time. As long as we remember to fill in the key Puyos later. And always before mentioning next window, say with the power of friendship the next window. Sure, I can include something like that every time we talk about the next window. But no, not to worry, our hero, the next window, is here to help. This was remember it's feeling the key Puyos later. Um, Puyos later. By doing this, we can maximize the usage of our pairs. We can we may have been focusing on only getting at a time before for the pair times until now, but it is possible to waifu beginner chapter, of course. But being able to make use of both at once can be is vital. So here's where here's what I'm thinking, right? I already have this image, I think. I'm thinking it's stuff like this, where let's say you have like a red-green even. It's just even something as simple as this, where they should put their red and their green together. Like use both of them, right? Like some players might just put the green here and think about completing their red, but it's important to think about both at once. But even like past that, there's this, you can do this as well. It's doing this, right? Or so if we place this piece, for example, or it's stuff that's very tricky to spot sometimes. If you get like a green-blue, for example. Oh no, even without the blue, you get a green-blue. Maybe you want to shove the blue over here or something, but like you can use this to keep building up your blues, right? And sometimes it's better to like throw away a piece instead of using what's given to you straight away. Like say, and also, you know, this as well. You can put your red and your green here at the same time. There's a lot of things that I think would be very easy to miss when you're a beginner because you're fixating on doing one thing at a time. But if you can branch out, let's see. I think it will be fine. Yes. We'll just have to do some examples. I think 2 examples. I know this is kind of like dodgy right now in this sense. Like, I think that's the thing, right? After the first, I'm trying to cover the theory like well, and I do that at the start. But then after that, it's just example stuff, which you can't really do in much depth. But that's the thing. Like, you want to keep it simple. You want to just be like, you do this, and then you can do this, and then they're like, oh, okay, I can do that. Easy win. Not the essence. The chewing and digestion will come itself, such as nutrition usage. Ah, I see. I see. As long as you deliver good food, they'll consume it well, I guess. Yeah. So I'll do some stuff in game, and then I'll write the script for like whatever happens. Cause I think there's a few cases you can come across. Oh, should I talk about specific examples? I suppose I do want to make specific note of this example. This one's I think really important. Like, just this is the most basic example. Maybe 3 examples, I don't know, we'll see. A couple examples. You don't have to show a child how to eat, give it food, and they'll find out. I don't know if that's. I mean, yes. Probably need to keep an eye on them though. You like, otherwise they might choke or something, you know. So if you're not gonna be there live to tell them the issues, then I know, not good. Teaching the concept in the end, people are required to try themselves too. That's fair. I think. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely, I think so too. I guess, yeah, you don't have to be too extensive with the examples then. As long as you show off the concepts and like you're explaining this can happen. Yeah, yeah. I think you have a point, Hamburger, definitely. So 2 might be enough, even. So that's that. And then we can talk about the flexibility and leeway. That is the next part. And then this is just closing points. Alright, we're getting there. We're getting closer. How long have we been working on this? An hour and a half. Because the first half I was mostly just talking. Okay, good stuff. Wow, this is actually... Again, it doesn't feel like it's super comprehensive, but I guess we'll get there. um... yeah. Another thing that'll help with achieving higher chains is knowing how to with pieces that just don't seem very useful at all. Just like we did in the previous tutorial. One solution is to all it is the flexibility of stairs. So the first is literally just storing pieces on the side, and the other one is about this. The blue can be any of these. And I think that like I can write that. It's fine. you can go have fun with it. It's alright. And would like and that you can link that to receiving garbage too, it's very useful. Actually, let me use the bathroom. I'll be back in a moment. But yes, have fun, Hambuto. I think you can re-mention in blue can be any of these. Yeah? In blue can hold on. Can be any of these. The blocking concept of before on why you need to block higher than just 1 and 3 ones. Hold on. Mention in blue. Hold on, I think I'm confused by that, Hamburger. Blue can be any of these. The blocking concept. Huh. Oh! Huh. Actually, I think I'm understanding it. So, like, because of the fact that you blocked up here. Ah. Because we blocked higher, we can also... Because we needed to block with 3 greens. The blue... I understand it. That's actually really clever. I haven't thought about that. I haven't thought about that in that way. Hmm. It gives us the benefit of the fact that key Puyos can also be slightly higher up too, I guess. Huh. Since the link is so high, I guess that's thinking about it. That's a good point, Himboda. Definitely. Leave pieces on the side. It's to throw pieces to the side. Throw pieces to the side. Pieces. Let me clear them when necessary to avoid excessive clutter. Should I convince Active to go do Puyo adverts on TikTok since it will access a large amount of people? Good job, Hemboda. Well done. So you can put like a red yellow here. Like that. However, another thing we can do. Another place where you can place his garbage place that's unusable pieces. Oh, another place where you can put is on the lanes you've already completed. For example. For example. For example, and then I'll cut to the footage. There. You can see that the extra pieces do not interfere. Extras do not interfere with the chain. As long as we the takeaway is that to only place junk on beating. That's there. Otherwise, we won't have. Here. I think this. Rather. Yeah. The rule. Is to the chain if as long as the link they're being placed on. The rule is I'm thinking like not rule, but the idea is that okay, well that's fine. Again, we don't need to be too dancing yet. Um uh, this idea though. Hey Meep Sheep. Welcome, welcome. Ah. Where are we? Does have another clock. The key Puyos do not actually have to be directly on top of or top of the blocking color. Think about how the blocking Puyo works. You have to shift this. You have to shift this piece a few tiles because the screens are so tall. However, but this also means you can use the height of these screens to our advantage. Note that this screen drops directly onto you. I don't know if you can hear the background noise, but it is a bit loud. I got exploded with noise too. Screen drops directly onto the floor. So there's space above it where it could have been too. Uh, so, if we go ahead and do this, draw this out. Actually, hold on, I think it might be easier if we use a floor, even. There you go. Oh, maybe it's more confusing that way. Thinking. Anyway, that's the idea. Where is our Snippy? Yes. There we go. Okay. Like bottom right. In mind, it's possible to have the key Puyo placed a bit higher. A bit higher in the chain too. This in mind, then possible to see. Can be placed. And this is going to be, like... like this. In fact, it can be placed in any of the 3 spaces above the link before it. That falls before it. That causes it to fall. Okay. Maybe this is easier to see with just normal Puyos. Maybe. Probably, right? Sure. I'll just tap this out. Why am I using blue instead of red? Because it has to be a different color. Red cleared before this, so our waste will now be the blues. I thought about the lore of this. Don't question it. Not lore, but the sense of this. I swear it's all on purpose. See? I thought about the blue here, because it's like this. that because it... I think it's still confusing in words, but I think the blocking method one was also confusing in words too. Once we like have the video put together and all the arrows drawn and stuff highlighted, it'll make sense. This is 1292 words so far. How long was this one? 2190, and that's with the video editing instructions. How long was the script? The initial draft was 1595. Okay, fairly long, and then video edit. No, that's the other stuff. Script edited. This one is 1694. Okay, so it could be a bit shorter still, or like around the same length. Alright, we're not making them super long. It's all good. It'll be okay. Okay. This is useful knowledge, not only when considering your own garbage, but also when thinking about hold on. I can put actual garbage here because it works in this context. Yeah. Considering your own and the rubbish pieces. Garbage sent to your board by the opponent. As you can see, it may seem troublesome that the garbage is in the spot where we'd normally put the keeper. But with this knowledge, we know that there's still space to do so. Cool. One last thing. One other thing you can do is to mix the different kinds of layers together. This can be useful if you're not, if you're having trouble hitting groups of 3. Using the ideas example. Oh, how many examples are there gonna be? One. I mean, there'll be examples here too. Example. Because then I need an example after explaining it, just to show it. Just have it visualized. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe. 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 examples already. Whew. Last tutorial had how many? 9. Whoa, this is gonna be a bit tricky to write, but it'll be worth it. A lot of examples is very good. Where are we? This one. What did I call the last section again? Like including statement. Hmm. Uh. That's how you build stairs. An important point to mention here is that by now you should understand and the understand the reason for why stairs works and how ideas formed and how why stairs works. Uh, on a logical level. Following the template of a fixed form is useful to a certain extent. Without the intuition built by understanding the concept of how chains link. Without intuition built through understanding how chains link together, you may find it very difficult to work around situations where you have to branch off from the standard template. Think of stairs as more of a scaffolding. Does that make sense? Scaffolding is sort of just, yeah, like having things in place but not quite. More conceptually. Sure to keep the concepts of blocking in mind. Then once you have that down, and are ready to tackle increasing efficiency, it's okay to think of about help you get resource status in order to best make use of your pieces. Was there something else that I wanted to mention here? Most important advice is to yourself. Is to try yourself. Practice, practice, practice. It won't be easy at first. But, this video, it's advised to get confident with building 5 chains. It's strongly recommended. It'll be necessary to. Five chains. Using it'd be necessary to become part of building 5 chains. 5 chains using 2 1 stairs and 2 2 stairs. Lucky enough. Lucky enough to set up a 6 chain if you do something like this. And get a lucky piece. Alright, how did I end off the video last time? Oh, hope that's going alright there, Bruno. Hang in there. Peace. That's all for this video. This video. Here's to practice, so don't worry. Takes a while. Stay persistent. Wait, no, I don't. See you guys in the next video. Um, see. Oh, no, that's one. Okay, I think that's the tutorial. I think we did it. I'll run through this again and then yeah, I think I'll just send it to Humberto for editing and tomorrow we'll go through the we may even do some of the recording because we need it for the script anyway. So yeah, maybe do some recording on stream. Since they're local recordings, it's no issue if we just it's no issue if we do something on stream because then I can get live feedback on whether the video recordings are good and stuff. And we'll be able to help shape the script a little better as well. The locking method one is a bit kind of like thrown together. Most of it I did like kind of I created a template for it already, and I just filled in the colors. But for this one, I think it's going to be more tricky. It's a bit more to it than just put 3 colors together and then block it, right? Like every step of the process kind of needs to be commented on here, I think. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so good stuff right now. Heyo! Morning, Shoki. Hope you're doing well. Hope you slept well. Will you be needing subtitles for tutorial 2 and also this one later on? Yes! If you're still good for it, I will, once the video is done with editing, I'll do the same thing as before and I'll send you the details and stuff. Send you the stuff you need for subtitling, and then, so again, my plan, and I don't know how long Void is going to take to video edit, but we'll see. The plan is to have the video editing done in the next couple of days for tutorial 2, and then I'll send it to you guys and give you like a day or two. And then we'll release the video at the end of the week, and then we'll follow the same process next week, except I should be more like properly on track then, because I'll have more time for Void, since we're doing this so early, right? We're scripting this one, and we're going to put stuff together tomorrow and the day after, and whatnot. We'll have it sent to Void, and then we can, you know, it'll be good. It should be less of a rush. Slipper? Good to hear. Good to hear. Alright. Yes, let's run through this again, and then I think we're pretty much done. And then I'll send a tempo to. Yeah. And Shocky, I don't know how much of this will make sense yet, but I could always go through this with you as well for making checks. Or maybe once Tempota's done, you can have a look to. I don't know. It's hard to say. So it's weird. I don't want to edit it too much. Like if I send one Tempota and then like have it edited on two sides, different things. I don't know. Maybe if he's got it like done by the morning and I wake up and stuff, we can always go through it then. But we'll see. We can start teaching you Puyo tomorrow if you want. And we can play through Mother. Whatever works. We'll do stuff tomorrow. Okay, let's run through this one more time. Yes, I'll have more time, so it's good. Woo. I'll tell you more about it after though. Oh man. Oh, hold on. Do we go buy it for him right now? Buy Puyo Champions for Shocky on stream. It doesn't show any details, right? Any of your funky details. Oh, it might show your email actually. He did like give us 1 billion bits yesterday though, like last night. So I could totally do this on stream. It might show your address, really. We'll get to the like gifting part. Hold on, let's go to Steam. I'll like drag it back and forth, I think. I can always do that. For taxes? Ah, yeah. We'll see. Since the subs would need to be translated, if you could send the script beforehand, that could speed up the process. Ooh. The thing is, I don't want to give you something to... Oh. Ooh, okay, yeah. No, you're right. I was just thinking, I don't want to, like... Because there will be a fair amount of modifications. Oh, unless you mean... Oh, no. Right. The completed script. And then I send the thing for video editing, and then I can send you guys the script while he's doing the video, right? And then all you have to do is add the timestamps. Isn't that right? Yeah. No, I think you're right. Yes, that does make sense actually. No, good point. I can send the script earlier. Oh, that means I can send you guys the script for part 2 already. I should do that. Unless again, like, even if I modify a bit of stuff in the script, because the thing is, maybe we'll find out something doesn't flow very well in like video format, and then we might edit a few things. But I think it's better than like, you know, having to do everything, right? Like small modifications won't be as bad. Okay, so hold on, this part is not going to show our address. Pure champ. Wow. AU 747. Yes. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Is this Void? What? Void recommends against this game? What? He must be doing it as a joke. That's funny. Okay, Void. That's funny. Okay, let's... in card. Yes. Whoa, I mean, there we go. We're going to purchase it for Super Shocky. Where's S? S for Super Shocky. What are you gonna tell him? Recipient's first name. What is his name, guys? Can you guys remind me? Last time English original captions reference? Yes, yes, we did. So I should actually send them earlier. Oh, I should like write down my schedule or something so I remember. I'm contemplating giving Puyo Champions a recommended review and just saying it doesn't have 4 widers. You absolutely do that. I made that one, so don't worry if it's finished, I'll go over it anyways. Ah, yeah. True. No, Shocky, I know your name is Shocky. I was wondering if these guys have another perception of your first name, you know? It could be Super. This is a gift from the community to you. The gift is that the community is welcoming you in with open arms, you know? Right? Do you guys have a thingy? Or am I just gonna have to make it lame and just write Shocky? Oops, I clicked the wrong thing. Ah, that's his first name. I have an open arm indeed. BD. Can I actually type in Japanese? Yeah, surely, right? BD. Oh, BD. Oh my gosh. BD. There you go. Ohayo. Yeah. Ohayo. Your signature? What is my signature? Uh. The squishy one. No Hamboto. Yeah. That's wonderful. There we go. There. That's right. There we go. Good. Yep, okay, I agree. Purchase. Woo! Alright, Shocky. It's done. It's done. Woo! That was a good expedition. Rising, oh my gosh. Oh no. Hey, you're absolutely welcome. Without the emote. You'd 100% no. That would be the receiver. Alright, where are we? This is the thing. So, we are going to talk about horizontal chaining. We do that, right? We're using fixed forms, we're using horizontal. And blocking. It's blocking. Yeah. We talk about the different types of stairs. Talk about the end result of 5-1 stairs. Talk about the process. We're blocking. And then we fill this in. Same with 2-2 and 1-3. How to keep extending the use and process of blocking method? Yeah, one thing at a time. That's how we're doing it here for a 3-chain, 4-chain, and 5-chain. So that'll be plenty of examples. Aww. Let's see. Planning ahead, building the 3s ahead of time using the next window, which will make clearer here. Couple examples. How to be flexible. Throw pieces around, blah blah blah. Let's see, you can throw pieces around, you can put them on the last links and completed links. The key Puyos don't have to be placed right on top. Also with garbage. Oh, I didn't talk about the power chaining thing. Oops. Um... And it doesn't have to be just one key Puyo either. There's nothing stopping you from adding an extra one or two. This will make your chain stronger. Especially if the extra Puyos are added at the back. At the end of your chain. Are cleared. Alright. There we go. Now I've mentioned the power thing. And then mixing and matching different types of stairs. And concluding section. Alright, 1650. Again, as a note, the storyboarding document was 2000. Okay, no, hold on. The final script for part 2 was 1694, and we might cut down on some words because I know I do kind of like ramble with my words. My like spoken languages can be a bit rambly. So we can probably cut down on this a bit, but there is a fair amount more as well. Like each example is gonna need explanations for them. See. One thing I've considered is doing live sections, because it also makes a voice life easier, right? If I have the videos... Oh, but then audio balancing stuff... Yeah, it might be awkward. Ah, Shoki has accepted the gift. Oh, here's one other useful thing, Shoki. There's online simulators like this one that we can use for practicing without, like, having to worry about gravity. Like if we go to Puyo.gg, there's also someone put together this simulator where you can actually where is it? You can actually do stuff. Hold on, I'll start. And like you can undo and stuff, which is super useful. Very, very good for practice. We'll make use of this too. So cool. Yes, many hearts. Lecturer, hi! Hey. Been a while. Since I've seen you around. Hope you're doing well. The epic boy. He's very epic. Where were we? Yes, I was talking about... Yeah, no. Okay. Extra points there. You can get a 6 chain if you're lucky. Doing good, haven't been around as much since I've been starting to get up later. Summer break actually lets me do that. Completely fair. I figured it's a time zones thing, yeah. It's like, it's always nice having you around, but I completely understand time zones is a big thing. Like during when like uni's on and I have to sleep earlier, it means that everyone is still sleeping by like when I'm streaming, and even the people who wake up like fairly early can't catch my streams even because it's just such an awkward time zone. It's like, what can you do? It is always nice. Although it also means that I also have the possibility to stream early, like early mornings for me. I could always go to sleep early-ish. And then stream like during the morning because I don't have uni in the mornings, right? It would be incredible. Just what that's what being on break is like. You don't have to go places. So there's that. Yeah, so if I do like morning streams in my time zone, it'll be like evening streams for other people, and I think that'd probably be useful here. I do want to do a few of those. That's one thing I always kind of skip out on. I do like later night streams, but then I don't do like early morning ones, which are sometimes more convenient, right? Because these ones here are like morning for people. So it's afternoon for some people like Bruno, but then it's like morning for some people. And if I do it in my early morning, it'll be like afternoon, evening for other people. Just a bit like again, time zones are just awkward and weird, but if that's the thing that you guys would like, so you know, starting a stream like say 8 hours from now, let me know because it's definitely something I've thought about. Like a lot of Puyo players are active around then, I think. So it could be good to like be able to actually interact with the community much. That's one big thing. Like it is easy to feel a bit disconnected because of my time zone. I don't get to interact as much. Like the monthlies are where I get to talk with a bunch of the people in the community. I'm like I know these people, but I don't get to talk to them like outside of the monthlies much because that's just time zones. Kind of sucks. I just want to vibe my friends. Yeah, right. I agree. There's a fair few friends who like this break is so busy for me because I'm trying to figure out how to spend time with my friends, my online friends, because this is a kind of a rare opportunity, right? Like even this morning, I mentioned it before, but I was hanging with the YoshiAus because we've like never hung out before because our time zones just never worked. So we finally found a time to, which was this morning, and we did stuff and it was fun. But like I've known him for like a few years, and it only just came up, so you know, it just blah. I would like to hang out with you guys more. Unfortunately, it's not going to change much with the coming semester, because all my classes start kind of early, but they also end kind of early, which means if I end early and can go home early, maybe by then it won't be like that's the thing, right? Even though they don't end super late. Like they end at like 1 p.m. for me, but then I'll be home by like 1:30 p.m. And that's like 12 a.m. for a lot of people. So even then that's going to be too late. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll try and make it work because I want to hang with as many people as I can. Because I love everyone. It's a shame. But like, you know, maximize every opportunity you get with those people that like you can't normally see, right? Like you, Lecturer. Or Dios, or whoever else it is. Making that time for the good friends, because they're worth it. They're worth the funny wake times. Oh, did I say wait? Wake. I did say wake, didn't I? I don't know if I did. Same goes with like Shocky as well. Shocky's time zone is so awkward for me. But we just gotta do our best. Anyway. Blah. Does anyone have any questions? Or any suggestions? Because Hemboda is, like, again, the one that I usually consult most with these, but I do want to have as many opinions as I can on these. I think it's easiest to get opinions when it's in video form, but, like, that's so late in the process, you know? Like, it's useful if I can pass off the video and ask, should I modify things? But then at that point, it's hard to modify things, because I have to rewrite stuff and then re-record, and then I have to send it to Void, and he has to re-edit it in, and it's like, bleh. So, as much advice during like these early, it's like, it's like any other form of art where if you get into it, it's hard to modify it later. Crazy, isn't it? Anyway, so if there is something here that seems kind of like out of place, or doesn't make much sense, or it doesn't flow very well, or just anything, just let me know. I know that, like, for the most part, it's been busy for most of you guys in chat, so I understand. Like, Bruno, you haven't even been able to interact too much because of work, but that's okay. Again, we'll be doing, like, the proper editing session of this tomorrow anyway. So maybe then I might push, like, tomorrow's stream out more and be like, okay, I'd like some opinions. Because this could just be, like, from my perspective, I think it covers a lot of ground, but that's the problem. It might cover too much ground, maybe it's too confusing. Um, I don't know. I feel like there's plenty of examples, so I don't think at least we're not lacking on that front. Uh, but like, I'm trying to think as well, like, what can I improve on from my old tutorial series was pretty successful, which is so dodgy. Like, those were the dodgiest things. Um, like, I think the big thing was just walking through that process and literally just like playing the game for them, because most guides again just talk about the end result and stuff, and like maybe give a bit of advice on how to build it, but they don't like actually go and build it in a game. So it seems unrealistic when they can't get like they can't build the form properly. Because it's like, oh, stairs has to look like, you know, it has to look like this. Well, perfect, but no, you're never going to end up with like that. And that's why the in-game guides suffer a little bit. Like, they do talk about the forms pretty well, but I think, yeah, just showing how to do it is super big. So if I do that, plus add a bit of, like, learning the intuition for it as well, using the blocking method, using ideas from the blocking method, then I think it would help a lot. Because again, you can step through the process, but then it's like, they're just following a pattern, right? They're just following some sort of, they're following a shape, right? They're trying to fit, you're trying to fit things to a shape. It's like, I don't know, sort of, like when you're drawing, right? And you're trying to sort of replicate or remake a piece, and it's not a matter of just drawing the lines correctly, but it's a matter of knowing what works where and how different shapes can interact with each other, or different colors work amongst one another. Or like music theory works the same way, right? You can't just try and make something sound like something else. If you know the music theory behind it, you'll be a lot more confident in merging different like I don't know much music theory, but I have a friend who's pretty into it, and he sometimes talks about the different just ways that you can make music sound a certain way. And if you just know that, if you have that intuition, it's a lot easier to kind of put stuff together yourself, instead of just looking at, you know, an example and then going from there, right? And again, it's important to know what the final shape will look like. It's important to know this is your end result as well. That's like using references when you're drawing. Completely okay. But it's having a combination of both, right? You can't go without references, but you also can't go without developing that intuition, otherwise you're gonna suffer later, right? That's why people don't understand stairs. They don't understand why it works. It's like maths. That's the biggest thing for me. In teaching the Puyo tutorial series, it's sort of like, a lot of this relates to the way I want to teach maths. It's not just, here, apply this formula. It's very much, why does it work? And I don't mean like extensive proofs, but even just learning sort of like, oh, this, you know, you can put these together and it does stuff thing. It's a bit messy, but I think the same idea applies here, where it's very much building on those fundamentals, because you're going to need them when you're learning higher level stuff. That's the thing, we're setting them up so that like later on becomes easier. Let's see here. No, they feel from game dev. Game dev must suffer a lot from like late changes. Intuition's very important. I think forms don't really teach you that. Exactly. So that's why I want to incorporate that in teaching forms, because everyone's like, just do follow a form. Look, it's a pattern. Try and replicate it, and then they try, and then it just all goes wrong. Right? Like, it's like if you say just use Pythagoras, it doesn't work that way. Intuition's a biggie. That was something I was thinking about in my ST stacking guide. Right. It's a hard concept to tackle, because intuition is exactly what it sounds like. It's just being able to like recognize stuff, like see and recognize, and be like, oh, that it works because it does, right? Like just knowing that it works. Like that's very much something that's going to be something. I think again, I never did remember the word for it, but sort of demystifying things, right? Like even as my own player, not my own player, but like I myself as a player, have things I do that I've picked up over time, and I do not know the exact reason. I can look at like certain choices and I'll be like, that's not a good choice to make. Don't do that. But I won't have the reason behind it. I've just had so many experiences that gave me more of a negative reaction, but I can't exactly recall every experience, like every negative interaction I've had with that specific choice, right? But being able to identify that sort of stuff is also very useful because you as a player benefit, right? I can pick stuff up myself, and it helps with teaching because then you can teach people the intuition, which makes sense. Ooh, big talks, but I think that's what the point of this guide running and stuff is. I think it's useful to have those ideas laid out. Playing or viewing a demo while reading the guide is probably optimal. Exactly right. You need a combination. This cane person. Oh, basically insults anyone who just mentions Puyo. Really? Aw, that's a shame. Most of the time, Puyo community is pretty tame. No, not very big on trolls. That kind of sucks. What can you do, right? Think another troll by the username they used to have in an old account? Really? That sucks. Japanese PCO site shows you how to do solve a pattern. Shocky. PCO site shows you how to solve a pattern, then gives you puzzles to solve those patterns. Yeah, that sort of stuff is super handy, right? Like, it's stuff I've picked up from self-learning experiences. You have to develop the intuition yourself because no one's teaching you, right? And like it just helps you so much in your later learning. And you pick that up as a self-learner of anything, like a language. That's the biggest thing for me. I self-learned a lot of maths and then also did the same thing. I am doing the same thing with Japanese. So yeah, if you learn a concept and find ways to apply it in different ways, it's very useful. Good for problem solving. Person's even popped up instead of a person having sort of some chains that I've made. Really? Yeah, I don't know. Most you can do is just like block them or whatever, and then just go on with your day, because like it can be easy to get a bit down from it, but at the end of the day, what does their opinion mean to you, right? Like, you're just gotta keep each other safe, have each other's backs, and be supportive for the most part. They're saying stuff like it's obvious you didn't put any time into it. I don't. At that point, like they probably don't really even understand the game, right? I think it's hilarious. No, it is kind of funny how bad that is. Like, that's just ridiculous. I just mean for anyone else who would, you know, have that happen to them. Yeah, no, that's fair. Who is this? Is this someone famous? Usually. I don't know, I don't have a usual time. Is this something that exists? Rising and Bruno got the law. Yeah, right? What is going on here? Do I want to know? Maybe I don't want to know. Maybe I don't need to know about any drama, unless it's just something silly. Ah, really? They've done this in the past or something. Before I forget, I should go ahead and send the part 2 script to the people. Actually, so I can bring this up, this one up. Let me bring up the planning document. Sorry, not the planning document, the schedule document. So I've updated this one as well. You can see where 12th of February, and then I had to renew everything because this is all funky. Oh, we can highlight this one too. We got it done on time. This is today. We did this today. And then instead of week, it's gonna be like day. So tomorrow we're gonna do the script editing and storyboarding. Although I've done like a lot of storyboarding really. It'll the thing is, like a lot of the storyboarding that I did for the second tutorial ended up being using the clips that I recorded. So I think these two kind of merge into each other. And then I said subtitles for part 2 here, but like I probably should just send you the subtitles. Finalized, maybe. Initial subtitles for part 2. I did this. Titles for part 2. There we go. I'll bring this over as well. So that's whenever I do the video editing for part 4. Where's 3? For part 4, this should be 3, yes. Oh my goodness, I have my numbers all this stuff. Initial subtitles for part 3. And then final subtitles but also... Why is there such a big space here? Video editing for part... Initial subtitles for part 5, and then final subtitles as well. That's final. And finalized. This one will be finalized for part 3, for example. Finalized for part 4. So I need to remember just to like go back and talk to you guys about, because yeah, if video editing gets done, do some slight modifications to the script, ask you guys to make the changes applicable, and then boom, win, profit. And then this is that. So you can see by the end of August, I want to have, by the end of July really, I want to have part 5 ready. The reason I have a dash here is because this is when my break ends. This is when my break ends. But in the week, in my final week of break, I want to have stuff ready for part 5. So the following week, so my first week of uni back, I will have this ready as well. And again, I'll see if I can find a way to still make a schedule work for the next few tutorials. Maybe have a few weeks for each tutorial. Because initially, I've mentioned this before, but initially I wanted one video every 3 weeks. This timeline just works a lot better when it's over 3 weeks, but I'm really pushing for this one video a week thing while I'm on break, because I just didn't get any chance to do any in the first semester. So I'm trying to make up for it here, and we're gonna do our best. So, but again, like if uni isn't too busy in the second semester, then yeah, I can totally just keep on rolling with this, and then we'll have a few more videos by the end of the year. If all goes well, I wonder if, because this is 5 more. August, September, October. August is 8th month, yeah. Okay, so if I do like one every 3 weeks from there, I could finish all of intermediate. It's a stretch, but I could at least. I'd be able to do this one, this one, surely, right? Maybe like 9, get up to like 9 or 10 or something by the end of the year. Again, that's sort of hopeful, but it would be really nice. It would be really nice. Sorry, I haven't been looking at chat too much. I will look now, but when I'm talking about this stuff, I guess I just talk a lot. Let's see here. Oh, they had their account deleted, really? Same person? Yeah, sad life. Surprised me if that was the case, yeah. I put one of my friends, I'm just gonna respond okay to anything they say. The perfect counter-attack. just have a Puyo Tetris character that the counterline is just okay. Yes, I only have a 3-week break, Shocky. It is this week, next week, and the week after. And then I'm back in at end of July. But remember, it's my mid-semester. Oh, not mid-semester. It's but like it's the semester break. The semester break. Yeah, it's unfortunate, Shocky. The schedule I showed you was like the big schedule was literally for my 3 weeks of break. This 3 week, the whole 3 week break. My end of year break's like 3 months. So I mean that's something. We'll get a bit stretch as well. I just realized I probably should. No one reminded me. Oh my gosh, how could you do this now? It's okay, I don't blame you guys. But I just realized myself that I should get up and stretch. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, 3 months break. Between the actual, like, years. Ah, there we go, Shocky. Good old reliable Shocky. New champions, but I modded everyone's counting lines, just me saying, okay, eh. There's a universe where 6 counting PPT is just okay. There's also a universe where all of Klug's lines are, the sun was in my eyes. Arguably his best line. Reminds me of the video where someone replies with okay only to spam me. That sounds wonderful. Such good stuff. Also, okay, I'll note now because I'll head off soon. We won't be able to draw today. we'll draw extreme soon, I swear. I can draw like a little thing, I guess. In the meantime, we need to draw Milo from PPT too. No, today was super productive and it was a lot of fun as usual. Yes, if there's any other questions, even if it's not related to this specific tutorial, this is what I'm focusing on. But if there's anything else that like needs to that warrants mentioning, I should again. I need to remember to send you guys the stuff with subtitles. That's why I brought up that thing in the first place, because I noted here who to send for subtitles. And Bodo, Void, Andy, and Bruno. Okay. I guess I won't push Void for it until we're done with the video editing stuff. But I'll send you three the subtitle stuff. Yep. For video 2. The video I was thinking of when I came up with the idea. Good taste. You'd expect lecturers to have good taste. Yeah, and everyone in chat, that is, but, you know. Exactly. Yes, if there's anything here then that you guys want me to say anything about, then just let me know. If not, that's fine too. What are you drawing today? Who are we drawing today? Give me one prompt. Exactly. The sun was in his eyes? Is that the prompt? It's a tube. It's a tube of light. That is how light works. This is gonna be Klug, alright? We need a Klug reference. Klug. Tetris. Ah, yes, Klug. I'll exit this one then. Hello, Klug from Puyo Tetris 2. Hello, Klug. Here's what Klug looks like. He's got pants. They've got yellow on them, apparently. Whoosh, that comes up really nicely against the white background, I know. There's also white in them. Yes, white. No, sorry, white. White. We also have pink here. No, that's not pink! Oh my gosh, I put that color too. Pink. His shoes. His shoes. Whoosh. Whoosh. His shoes. I don't know why they look like Rafina's shoes, but don't worry about it. He's very tall looking. Like, these are very lanky legs. Not relatable. Moments. Boosh, boosh, boosh. Boosh, boosh. That's not how that works. It goes here. Whoosh. And it's just purple. It's purple. There's a bunch of details here. We'll add them later. Ah, yes. It's his hands. Actually, no. His hands are going to be shielding his eyes. His hands are purple now, apparently. Purple and purple and yellow. They're gonna be ball hands. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out the details. Yes, there we go. This is where his like collar is gonna be. Not collar thing. You know what I mean? No, you don't. This clock thing. Stopwatch looking thing. Actually, never. What is this actually? What is this? I've never really taken note of it. Does it have to do with the demon, or is this just like? Because it's not. It's not. Is it print related? I can't tell if it's print related. I don't think it is it? Because this is. Thinking about this, where have we seen this before? T1 makes every character tall. That's true. Everyone's pretty tall. What color is this gonna be? Yeah, there you go. And then there's like blue bits on the side. They're spiky apparently. Alright, he's spiky. He's like a bit edgy today. Get it? Because edge. Anyway, he would be the person to stare at the sun during a solar eclipse despite everyone warning him not to. Yep, sounds about right. He was blind 2021 colorized. This is what you're looking at today, everyone. Okay, then his head. Oh my gosh, his head. Hello, that's his head. Then he's got white again, which is... That's not white. I keep forgetting it's this button. Yes, good. And he has a green eye. Whoosh. But here's the catch, right? The sun is in his eyes, so it has to shoot back up. It's like specifically targeting him, you see? Whoosh. He's targeted bullying. The sun is literally in his eyes. Going into his eyes. He's filling his soul with sparks of sun. Right? And his other eye too, but we can't see that because he's got glasses on, so it's fine. Or whatever you want to call him. He's got some like hair too, I guess. There we go. And he's got this. And he's got like the whoosh, whoosh. Just brown. There we go. Wonderful. That definitely looks like it. The purple over here too. Don't forget something Sun Eyes in Comic Sans. Does it have to be Comic Sans this time? That's the question. We could put it in we could make it Ensim Sun. See? Only the most educated individuals, the enlightened individuals, if you will understand this quirky reference. See? You guys hold a very, very, very secret. Shh. Something. Sun Eyes in Comic Sans. Sun is a deadly laser. There you go. Project complete for today. Hope you're all proud. That is our result. How do you feel? Happy? There we go. My beautiful artwork. I know it's not squishy today. I apologize. I'm sure there will be some squish soon. Don't worry, we'll get there. Today though, we honor the one who had sun in his eyes. There you go. A masterpiece? Thank you. Thank you. It is an honor to be recognized by someone like you. There we go. And I would say today's stream has been a success. We did end up drawing a little bit. We'll draw Milo from Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 soon. Maybe next time. So, um, thinking. Uh, thinking. Yes, we got script done, and tomorrow's plans. As a result, we're gonna be doing the editing and stuff, as I said, and maybe some recording stuff, so that we can actually do the script editing, like actually write the other parts of the script that rely on the examples being done. Um, and whether we'll do other I don't know how long that will take. Like these do take a while. Again, that's why this series is sort of I wasn't able to do it during uni because it is just a big time investment, right? Like yesterday it took a few hours to do. This stream took a few hours. Tomorrow I assume it's gonna take a few hours. If we do get the chance, I'll probably play some more something. I don't know what I'll play actually. I don't know what I'll play if I get time. Will I play Puyo? Will I play Tetris? Will I play Crypto the Necrodancer? Will I play Noise? Will I play chess? You can never know. Probably not chess. We'll do a chess stream like Xenix at some point. I think that was the idea. Chess is a fun game. No, Crypto the Necrodancer is a chess boss anyway. It's fine. We count that as a chess. We're actually playing 5D. Oh, 5D chess just looks funny. I don't think I'll put my brain to that much work tomorrow. I have the Puyo tutorials to work on. So that would mush my brain too much. My brain will turn into squish, but like not good squish. It will just melt. (1D chess? How does 1D chess work? Just in a line. It's in a line. On Steam. Oh, it's tagged as psychological horror on Steam. The Puyo games have been tagged as psychological horror at certain points as well. It's quite wonderful. Oh, let me save this. Save as. Where are we putting this? I like how the first place it puts me is in my Applied Physics 1 folder. This is physics, guys, actually. This, you're looking at physics right now. This is physics. But this is my physics folder. One day I'll open it up and just... Oh, I don't want to bury it that far. No. That's under too many of, like, my folders. The sun was in his eyes. There you go. Now you guys can see this. The sun was in his eyes. That's our caption. That's what we're saving it as. Along with our other. Yes, this is where I'm putting them. I'm putting all of my wonderful artwork in the uni folder. In case anyone was wondering. There you go. Also, still credits to Riodel for this amazing piece. I can't get over it. I never will get over it. Oh yeah, hi Mouse. I did actually use that back when I was playing chess more. Back in middle school. Because, like, people are in America and that's what you guys call those, like, middle grades. My friends and I were actually part of the school's chess club. So we'd stay back on a certain day, I think it was Wednesdays, we'd stay back and play chess, which was super fun. And we all were pretty good at it at the time. So we did explore a couple websites, played some different modes. Even if you don't like traditional chess, there's a ton of variants on chess, and some of them are super duper fun. So yeah, if you wanted to give chess another chance. Gonna promotion match against a 3K player? Ah, that happens. Bughouse is my favorite. Bughouse is great. Bughouse is wacky, fun times. But lots of fun indeed. Yeah, okay, unfortunately, oh gosh, I always don't like landing off around here because it's where people are coming in, like Mouse. Or like people that we don't get to see much come around because it's late-ish times. Uh, I hope to see you all again soon. We'll uh, we'll meet again. That's the goal, isn't it? We'll meet again. Yes, we will. I'll catch you guys. A lot of you guys are around on the server, so I'll interact there anyway. We can talk about important things like what were we even talking about yesterday? The chat was super active, like randomly yesterday, which was weird because the stream was super active yesterday as well, but not by the same people. It was two completely different sets of people. But like the stream got super populated and the Discord got super populated. It was so weird. It was a fun day though. And I'll catch you guys around. It'll be fun. Aw, no worries, Shocky. You deserve it. We'll be teaching you. You might even see some Shocky gameplay on the streams at some point, maybe. If you're up for that. It's my pleasure, Lecture. It's always a lot of fun. Good hanging out. It helps with the productivity. Like these weird tutorials probably would not happen without you guys, because otherwise I'd just be too burnt out. No? What do you mean no? That sounds more like a yes to me. You shall also be a squishy Puyo Popper. Join us. This squish cord requires more Puyo power. That's what it is. It's like collecting the stars in Super Mario 64. Grants you more power? Well, guess what? That's like what we're doing. We're collecting people in the squish cord to make them good Puyo players too. We're increasing our power. We're increasing our squish output. There you go. That's a good way to put it. Rising. I'll let you do your thing then. I think you've got it under control. Right. Dorks. Alrighty. So I'll see a lot of you guys around tomorrow, so you know. We'll be there. Or on the Discord, or wherever it is. Yeah, for now though, as always, hope you all enjoyed today's stream. And how do I kind of just brain fart. Oh, of course. Hope you all have a good rest of the day and night. I love you guys very much. And I'll see you all next time. Good night.